Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey. If this is the first time we're meeting, welcome back to the farmhouse kitchen. Today we are going to be making super easy homemade condensed milk. I've whipped up a couple of batches this morning and now I'm going to share with you just how easy it is to make your own. So super quick and easy with this method, and it's all under 5 minutes. Also way cheaper than store-bought. Have a look. So I made this morning. I'm just going to give it a good stir, and it's been in the fridge to cool down, and that's the thickness of it. Yum. Right, I'll show you how I do it. So with this method, and I've looked at heaps online and stuff, some of them you've got to simmer down for ages and then you run the risk of burning and scalding the bottom, but this one is really super simple and quick. There's two methods. You can use your stand mixer or a blender. The blender definitely works better. I've tried both this morning. And if you only have a stand mixer, that's fine, because all it is it's just slightly grainier, but it's perfectly fine for baking. You won't taste the difference when you're baking, but if you can use a blender, it just blends up the milk powder way easier, and it is a lot creamier and stuff. So either way is best. Blender if you've got it. I've got a Thermomix. And I used my Thermomix and that was quite successful. Right, we want 2 cups of sugar. I'm using white. I'm sure you could use raw sugar as well. In fact, Thermomix recipe uses raw sugar, but I'm just making it with just plain white sugar. So we want 2 cups, and this makes 2 jars worth. So I'd say easily, I haven't checked out the grams, but we could do that a bit later. And I also halved the recipe and that was successful as well. So we've got 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to turn that on high. One cup of water. If you start with hot water, then this part is going to go a lot quicker. I didn't heat up the water, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But you basically just want to give it a good mix. It's cloudy at the moment, and once that starts to come up to a boil, we're going to shut it off, but you will see that it'll be clear, so I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so this has just come up to the boil, and it's ready when it's gone clear. See how it's clear now? And when you try and mix it, the bubbles don't go away. So I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, so we're going to pour the sugar syrup into your blender or your stand mixer. And I'm just going to take 3 cups of instant whole milk powder. And I'll show you that we've done this. 3. My whisk balloon attachment on, and we're just going to whisk this for a minute. Start it out slow to start with. Now I'm just going to scrape down the sides. Make sure that everything is going to get mixed in. Now put it onto medium. about halfway through, I'm just going to give it another scrape down, make sure that everything, as you can see, it's already sort of thicker, but it will thicken up on resting as well. So I'm just going to blend it for the next 30 seconds. Done. Doesn't that look beautiful? It smells delicious too. So yeah, just blend it, or if you're using a blender, do it for a minute. If you're using a stand blender, you're probably better off to do it for 2 minutes. Wasn't that super easy and quick? Who knew it was so easy to make? I haven't brought condensed milk for a while, and I wanted some last night because I really wanted to make a condensed milk dressing, salad dressing, and I didn't have any made up. So it will keep in the fridge for apparently months and months and months. Somebody even said a year, but I mean, it wouldn't last that. Well, what I'm saying is it wouldn't last that long in my fridge, because I would use it up. And in another video, I'm going to show you some ways that I'm using up the condensed milk, but I've got a whole heap now. So we're just going to pour it into hot jars, run them through the dishwasher. You just don't want to, you know, get glass shock, and make sure that they're nice and clean. Right, we're just going to pour them in there. Let's measure it actually. I mean, let's weigh it so we know. So I'm just going to weigh the jars. So that one's 350. That one's 278. So we'll round it to 280. Okay, now let's weigh these again. So that jar is now 800 grams. So that's 450 grams in that first jar. And then this jar is at 735. So that's I'm going to do the mathing off camera. Alright, I did the mathing, and that jar has 450 grams, this has 455 grams. I've had slight spillages, so we'd probably say we'd be at, both together is a kilo of condensed milk, and all it took was 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, and 3 cups of instant powdered milk. And I will work out how much it cost me and put it somewhere up here and let you know how much 1 kilo, I mean a can of condensed milk, I'm pretty sure is either $3.75 or $3.95. I'll also put that up here, and I will put the price up here as well, so the grams and the price of just a good, you know, condensed milk. At the moment, this is going to be a game changer. It's also going to save a lot of money, especially this holiday season coming up. So I've now got 5 jars of this. So I've got the caramel left over from the apple pie filling with salted caramel sauce. If you haven't seen that video, I'll also link it up here and link it in the description. And I might whip up some salted caramel ice cream actually with one of these. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that recipe. I have a feeling I've shared it before, but it might be buried in another video with lots of other recipes. So yeah, so let me know if you're interested in salted caramel ice cream using condensed milk. So I've grabbed my little Christmas tree, but I haven't really started decorating. So I've got my herbs and spices here. I've also got this very big plant that's just sort of like getting all over the place, so I need to tidy that up. Hello, Mr. Reindeer. And I've got my lovely little egg basket here. So what I'm going to do is sort this area out today. I've got loads of herbs and spices. I'm just about out of garlic powder. I'm just about out of coriander and cumin powder as well. But I've got spices up here that I can put into the cupboard, and I thought what I might do is put a lot of my holiday baking needs up there, so they're quick grabs. So the idea is, instead of having to, well, I mean, I need to sort out this pantry anyway, but for Christmas, husband asked what I wanted for Christmas, and I said I want shelves. So it probably won't be done before Christmas, but at some stage I want to put some shelving up here so I can put my glass jars and sort this pantry out. So it'll have mostly the things that I use every day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out that corner, swap out baking things, like have baking powder, baking soda, chocolate chips, oats, cinnamon, mixed spice, all the baking type stuff that I'm going to be using over the next few weeks, and have them ready, and also sort of do a stock take. I know that I'm low on chocolate chips. I'm sure I had some in the freezer, so I need to go through the freezer and just double check, otherwise they've been eaten up, and I will need to buy some more chocolate chips. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my morning/afternoon. Going to get out into the garden as well. But do let me know if you're interested in seeing the salted caramel ice cream, and we are going to be doing other recipes that use condensed milk. But let's try them, and I'll show you what they look like. Alright, so this is the one that's just, I just used the stand mixer, and I'm just going to give it a really good stir. I mean, look at that. How good's that? Right. So I don't want too much, trying to be good with what I'm eating. Right. Tastes just like condensed milk. I mean, obviously, because it is condensed milk. But the stand mixer, it definitely, it needs the blender, but you can do it with the stand mixer. Because as I said, this would be fine in baking. You would never know the difference. And this is the one that I used my Thermomix or blender, and I'm just going to give that a stir. It's actually not as cold as the first one, because the first one I did earlier. And of course there is another method that you can sort of get normal milk, and you got to simmer it down for 10-15 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, but who's got time for that, right? So the blended version, I'm just going to taste of this. Definitely the blended version isn't quite grainy on the mouth, and I would quite happily use that in a sweetened condensed milk dressing. Also let me know if you're interested in that recipe. So yeah, a very quick way. Gosh, it's perfect. Sweetness, the milkiness, the thickness, so good. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed seeing just how easy it is to make your own sweetened condensed milk. Like I said, the only thing with this method, because it's the quick method, the milk powder just really needs that blender to cut through it. Of course, if you didn't have the blender, then the stand mixer would be fine, but just give it a good 2 minutes. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to sort this area out, and think about, you know, all the baking things that I need to do, give the kitchen a really good deep clean, and get ready for all the wonderful, you know, cooking that we're going to be doing over the next month. I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, take care. Bye for now.